Hello friends, this tutorial is about text rendering in Cinema 4D. For that you should have at least basic knowledge of Cinema 4D, like how to create a text, how to do the extrude, or maybe how to put a camera inside your scene. I'm using Redshift for this particular project. So as you can see, I have a very easy and basic setup over here. There's two text layers and one extrude node, and I just switch on the hierarchical so that everyone should get effect by this extrude node. And if you go to default camera, you can see there is nothing much over here, just radius of 2 centimeters and one step, that's all. And front facing camera, that's all. Basically a boxy looking text. So let's see how we can light it. As I told you, I'm using Redshift. So I already placed a camera with this protection tag. And now just to work with all these rendering engines like Redshift, Octane or Arnold, we should apply a camera tag respect to the render engines. It gives us extra feature on camera. So here I'm also applying this camera tag on the camera. And now if I render it, so you can see there's a basic render, gray render, because there's absolutely no lights and no HDR map. So I think we should start with a HDR map. In Redshift, you should go to lights and select dome light. In dome light, I can apply HDR map. In normal Cinema 4D, you should have a sky, and on that you can apply HDR map as a texture node. But in dome light you have this path option. Here you can apply this texture node. So go to the file browser, and I download this old industrial hall texture. It's looks like this. It's a free, you just type it into Google, and from I think Texture Heaven, there it's free. So I'm selecting this reflection EXR. I don't want a copy. So this is the look with the texture, because there is no shader, nothing. So let's just rotate the texture. I already worked with this HDR map, so I know. See, I just rotate it minus 90 degree, so there is a little more information. Now I want it more bright, so like 25. As you can see, it is previously like that, and now it is brighter. And I want it just to rename it. And I want it little bit more brighter, maybe just point, yeah, that's much. And I don't want this background, it's disturbing. Okay, so this is the overall HDR setting, that's all. Now it's time to place some lights. Light, area light. As you can see, camera, default camera. As you can see, when I'm moving the camera, this IPR window of Redshift is automatically updated. It's good, but I want that render camera to be tacked in there and should update the render camera only. So For that we need to lock the render camera. So at first we need to go to render cam, and here is the lock button, lock camera. So Redshift will update itself in the render camera only. And rotate it. So maybe -45. Okay, that's it. So this is our right side of the light. I just duplicate it, control drag, duplicate, left side light. So for that, just make this X value positive and this rotation value also positive. Okay, I got a flip version, and I want a top light also. Area. Okay, so this is my actual lighting setup. These 3 lights, 1 camera, and the text, that's all, and an HDR map, that's all, nothing else. So just rename it top light, and some lighting adjustments, like this is the left side one. I want it brighter and warmer. So this, and little bit of extra intensity boost. Left side I want a cooler temperature. 1.3 again, so you can see. And on top I need little bit brighter, 1.3 or 4, maybe 1.4 is enough. So this lighting setup is completed. Now let's jump into the shading structure. Now in Redshift there's a problem, you can't choose a shader, or you can't assign shader in the IPR window, as like Arnold or Octane. They have a dedicated IPR window which you can click or assign shader in the IPR window itself. But here, as you can see, I'm clicking, but there is nothing, no option pop up. So for that, creating materials, you need to go to Redshift tab, material, then material. Otherwise, go to create in this material window, go to Redshift, material, and for this project I'm using Carpaint because I just want a glossy finish texture, and it is just default Carpaint with Redshift. So this Carpaint, and I'm just assigning it to the extrude node. So as you can see, this is the default shader, and with default parameters, it's showing me the reflection and everything. So just double click it. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into the graph editor of material. No, it's just I'm working with this basic parameter. So there will be just, I think, 5 or 6 changes I'll do in this shader, that's all. So first of all, this is the color parameter. As you can see, we have 2 colors. One is for the front face and one is for the fall of face. Fall of face means these areas, all these areas. So if I just make this weight 1 and make it a orangish color, okay, more of like this, and that much. and this is fall of color. So if I click a fall of color like this, see, this is my fall of color. So if I change the fall of color like that, see. So in Redshift is very easy to choose a fall of color. It's just outside of your shader node. It's just very easy. In other rendering engines, you have to create a ramp or Fresnel node, but in Redshift it is outside. They put it in outside, so it's easy, very easy. As you know, I have taken this car paint. So first I just don't want this extra coating. I have this specular option here. So now just bump up this weight of this specular node and glossiness of it. So as you can see, it's a purely glossy texture right now, but I don't want this kind of window reflection over here. I just want to blur it basically. So if anything, 0.9 or 0.8, it would like this, it would blur it perfectly. Now there's another option which is curve factor, and what it does, it just increase this intensity of these highlights. See all these highlights, it will increase the intensity of it, nothing else, only the highlight areas. So if I make this one, right now it's 5, if I make it 2, see the changes in the IPR window. See, it just pushed the highlights little bit brighter. Okay, so that much. I think this is it with the shader tweaking. As you know, as you can see, I have created another this edge, which is just another layer. So what I did here, I just duplicated this text layer and take a rectangle from here, this is this one, and put it into a sweep node, so that I got an extra layer of, you can see, a text, so that it looks more interesting and give me a extra layer of reflection also. So for that I just need to duplicate this one, control and drag, just rename it as edge layer. Okay, and go to main. At first I think we should assign it. Right now it is just taking the same color parameters as is from the front layer, so I just want it more saturated, more reddish. And okay, so this is the complete lighting setup and shading setup, everything. So as you can see, it's very easy to set up a light and set up this shader and everything in Cinema 4D. In Redshift is very easy. So as you can see, I have this these are the just right now I'm just playing with it. Just go to this camera tag and enable. So I just got it extra bit of you can see a brightness in it, and if I just down this f-stop, I got this. Okay, Now for rendering, go to render setting in Redshift. Right now it is with its default parameter. I just want to make it 215 because there is might be a grain in these corners. So render. Yeah, finally it's done and it's taken 14 seconds. I think that's very good. Thank you guys. Thank you. uh, Later on I'll try to make videos on Cinema 4D text rendering, logo rendering with Redshift or Octane or Arnold or physical render also. So thank you.